G'day guys and welcome back to the Broccoli Roast. A new study published in the journal Scientific Reports has found that our smart devices may actually be doing us serious harm. The study found that the blue light emitted from our digital screens may even gradually contribute to blindness. An Ohio-based team of researchers at the University of Toledo found that essential cells within the eye can be irrevocably damaged through the production of toxic molecules caused by blue light exposure. What this research team did in Ohio was expose cells of the eye to blue light to see what happened. They found that the blue light exposure triggered retinal molecules to produce poisonous chemical substances, which evidently caused irreversible damage to the photoreceptor cells of the eye. Now, a quote here from a PhD student researcher in the group. "Photoreceptor cells do not regenerate in the eye. When they're dead for good." One of the study's contributors, an assistant professor of chemistry and biology at the university, said, "We are exposed to blue light continuously, and the eye's cornea and lens cannot block or reflect it. It's no secret that blue light harms our vision by damaging the eye's retina." Basically, what the researchers are saying is that an important molecule in the eye called retinal becomes toxic when exposed to blue light, which then damages the cells around it. The researchers actually tested to see whether different coloured light caused the same effect, and it didn't. This is significant because the actual use of blue light on our smart devices is for the most part just an aesthetic choice, not a functional necessity. So the question we're left with is, why aren't the big techs changing to a different colour? We've known about the damaging effects of blue light on circadian rhythm and our sleep patterns for some time now. And now with this current study suggesting that it may even cause blindness, I'm thinking it's about time for a change. What do you guys think? Let me know on socials. Now, furthermore, with this study, the researchers also found that a vitamin E derivative seemed to protect the eyes from dying due to the toxic retinal molecule. And I mean, who would have thought that nutrition could actually protect you from something toxic? You know, I really do find it incredible that this stuff gets publicity in the States and online, but not really in Australian media. But then I think about the fact that we are the country who literally had an entire show taken off the air for even questioning the implementation of wireless networks because of their health implications. Catalyst. So I guess there is a trend here where telcos and techcos have too much power, but at the same time, I guess the only reason they have so much power is because we give it to them. Australian children, after all, are spending on average over 32 hours a week on devices, and I'd hate to see what the average is for the average 9 till 5 office head. Even myself, this speech was written on a computer. This video was edited and uploaded from a computer. I'm probably going to post about it on my socials from my phone. What on earth do we do with the situation we created? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Now, it's a big question, and this week I'm asking blue light blocking glasses company Baxter Blue CEO Aaron Telford to come in and join me with the goss. Let's jump to it now. Oh, and just a quick note, the audio in this interview isn't as clean as normal because I had a setting stuffed up on the mic. Also, I had sort of my relaxed discussion chit-chat brain on, which means I kind of added in a few yeahs and okays. This won't happen again on future episodes, okay? Just letting you know. Roll interview.
Yeah.
Clarity. All right, well, Aaron Telford, welcome to the Broccoli Roast.
Excellent, thanks for having me, Kale.
I'm really excited, and we were just sort of chatting previously. Obviously, I've just done the intro as well, chatting about screens and stuff, and you just went to the US.
I did.
One thing that my teacher said to me early on, she said, when you're on the plane, you're just being bombarded with radiation.
Yep.
And that sort of was applicable for today's episode.
Yeah.
You sort of had a bit of a story that I'd love to hear.
Nice little segue.
Yeah.
Look, I suppose, well, as I said, I went to the US and it was a really, really short trip. Literally there for 4 days. Yeah. So flew into LA and landed there 4 days, came back and was there for a health and wellbeing summit, as I mentioned. But the big thing I think I've mentioned before is I just didn't get any jet lag. I so as soon as I was in the lounge, I had my Baxters on and then hopped into the plane, had my Baxters on, and literally the whole time. So it's, yeah, you're right. It's sort of like it's filtering out all the bad blue light and all the stuff that's happening on the plane. And then got there, and another big thing was kind of earthing myself, I think, as well when you get there. So I kind of got there and took my shoes off, got on the ground. There was no beach there. I wasn't close enough to the beach. And then, sort of got earthed and got, no jet lag going there. And then likewise did the same thing coming back. Yeah. And got home and went to the beach, lay in the sand. and the other big thing I think is also the circadian rhythms as well. So it was really important to, because obviously the blue light in the sun sort of maintains our circadian rhythms, tells us when to wake up, tells us when to go to sleep. So that was really cool, that sort of coming back here and also being over there was just getting that sunlight as soon as I get up in the morning, because then basically it just sets your whole body clock for the day.
Yeah. One thing, I was just in Europe, so people know I was in Europe for 4 months, and I came back and I had the worst jet lag that I've ever had.
Really,
it was so bad. But no, probably not the longest jet lag that I've ever had, but the most sort of persistent. Yeah. And I was surfing as much as I could, like getting in the ocean, looking at sunlight, and I don't know what it was, but I think there was one day where I surfed in the afternoon. Yeah. And I don't know why, but that was the first night that I slept all the way through.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And then I think also I sort of read that, I think Dave Asprey sort of put out there that he had done exercise in the morning. Yep. To mimic that natural cortisol rise in the morning or something like that.
Yeah. Look, I've heard that as well. I think anything you can kind of do where you're sort of doing the exercise, getting in the sun, getting in the ocean if you can and so forth, it's all about resetting your body clock. So
jet lag, shit.
Oh,
jet lag
it's awful,
sucks. It's so
it's just, you're just lying there just going, I just need to get to sleep. I just want to get to sleep. And nothing happens. I think the more you think about it as well, probably the harder it is. Yeah, totally. So sometimes you just got to get up and just fight your way through it. So yeah.
Today's a particularly relevant sort of discussion. I chatted to my mum just on the phone before, and I was like, today I've just taken the day off screens. I was like, I cannot keep going because I've had the busiest 2 weeks, like preparing for the show or, writing some material and, books and stuff. And it was like, I was getting headaches, and I've never been so screen sensitive before. Yeah. I don't know whether it's like moving into this new place, something's going on or whatever. But I've been getting headaches. Yeah. I've been waking up for the last 3 nights, like just at random times, and being on and off for the entire mornings and stuff. Yeah. Where I was going with that is, what is the difference between like blue light from your screens and the blue light in the sun? Right. Because the blue light from the sun can reset your circadian rhythm or set your circadian rhythm.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, look, the blue light from it's the same. It's essentially the same blue light. It's obviously heaps stronger in the sun, but you're actually not looking at it. So the difference is that you're not looking at it during the day. So what you're doing, when you're getting your headaches and sore eyes during the day, that's essentially digital eye strain. Yeah. So what's happening there is you're trying to actually focus on this blue light on the screen, and your eyes are subconsciously trying to focus on it. What it's actually doing, because it's the shortest wavelength and the highest energy wavelength, it's actually flickering, but you can't see it flickering. So your eyes are actually trying to focus on what you're doing. Your blink rates are dropping because you're trying to stare, you're trying to focus. And as you're doing that, your eyes are drying up because your blink rates are dropping. Therefore, that's giving you sore eyes. In doing so, all your neck and all your whole posture goes out. Yeah. So that's essentially why you're getting the sore eyes. The headaches are also coming because your ciliary muscles at the back of your eye are also trying to focus on this blue light and on that wavelength because it's flickering, and they're tensing up and tensing up. That's giving you the headaches as well. Yeah. So that's the daytime. The effects of blue light. The nighttime, which you've sort of alluded to, is the fact that, so what the sun's doing, the sun's basically controlling our sleep-wake cycles. Yeah. Tells us when to wake up. Basically, sun goes down at night, melatonin kicks in, feel sleepy, go to sleep. So what's happening then, if you're actually on your device at night time and so forth, which, let's face it, most people are.
Yeah, or Netflix.
Because that's what everyone's doing. You're sort of watching Netflix to kind of chill out. You've been working all day, you just want to sort of zone out.
Totally. Yeah.
So you're doing that. So what it's actually doing, it's tricking your mind into thinking it's actually daylight. Yeah. And so not only is that basically sort of inhibiting you, like stopping you going to sleep sometimes. But then sometimes you may go to sleep, but then you'll wake up again, as you're saying, you're having broken sleep.
Yeah.
Because your body's basically, you may be exhausted and crash out, and then 2 hours later you're bang wide awake because the melatonin's been suppressed.
Yeah.
So that's the nighttime. Yeah. So
it's not fun.
It's not fun. So I think the big thing about this is that we've known it for a while, and we've been developed these glasses a while ago, but it's actually, everyone knows this is happening, but doesn't know there's actually ways around it, and so forth. And people have been wondering, why can't I go to sleep? So,
yeah. Well, someone, I remember like maybe a couple of years ago, someone posted on Instagram or something showing these blue light blockers that had like this yellow screens and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not wearing those. But it probably took me a couple of years to actually come on board.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know about you guys, and I was like, I've got to get some of these glasses because I'm doing too much screen time.
Yeah.
And then it's going to affect my sleep. Have you? Oh, there's so many people talking about that book. That sleep book, have you read that yet? How and Why We Sleep or something?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. No.
Like a Joe Rogan interview.
Okay,
It was like Matthew someone. I'll actually look it up now.
Okay.
But I think basically the sort of idea, I've actually downloaded it as an Audible.
Yeah. Okay.
As an audiobook.
Yeah.
The idea is that sleep is kind of this health tool that we are completely disregarding, or maybe underappreciating.
Yeah.
Because we just think it's too simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's sort of.
Well, I think also people these days, are sort of thinking you only need to. The older you get, you don't need as much sleep and so forth. But your body needs the sleep to basically regenerate everything, so you're sort of ready to go the next day. So. But when you're talking about those glasses, so the yellow glasses and the traditional blue blockers, as they're called, they've been around for a long time.
Okay.
So they're nothing new, and they're great. And what they do, they're sort of blocking out. They're not the best to look at, but they do serve a really cool purpose because they're blocking out all of the blue light at night time.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why you've seen those, and there's even red ones, which are blocking out the blue light and the green light.
Okay.
But essentially,
and the Baxters.
So,
what are they?
Well, essentially, what ours were developed because in part because of. I mean, a long story short, the reason one of the reasons we came across this was, apart from having the sore eyes and all that type of business, we actually went to the optometrist, and the optometrists actually sell blue light as an add-on to your prescription.
Right.
And I went, well, I don't need glasses.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, well, we can sell you the glasses without prescription in them, and we can actually give you the blue light on there, but that'll be $250. I went,
yeah.
You kidding?
Not everybody has that.
So no, and you can't claim it back on healthcare. So that's when we thought, okay, well, what about the other 70-75% of the people in the world that don't need glasses but are exposed to blue light from screens? So that's why we sort of developed our lenses are basically filtering out the harmful blue light. There's good blue light and there's bad blue light. The bad blue light's what sort of mucks us up and gives us digital eye strain and so forth. There's good blue light, which you need during the day. So you can't wear these yellow from the sun because it basically just to maintain your natural hormone rhythms and so forth. So what we've done, we've actually developed these clear lenses. So basically what it's doing is filtering out 50%, 51% of the harmful blue light.
Yeah.
So it's not the whole lot. If we actually go and make them and block more than that, they will be yellow.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why we thought, okay, here's a point of difference. So it's specifically focused on that daytime digital eye strain.
Yeah.
And also a pair of glasses that people actually want to wear.
Well, yeah,
during
feel
the day.
Smarter
so
already.
You do. Well, that's the thing. You do feel smarter. You kind of you forget you're actually wearing them once you kind of get used to them.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, glasses are cool these days.
Yeah, totally.
Everyone wants to wear them.
Yeah.
They're kind of cool. Kids want to wear them.
Yeah.
My kids can't take them off.
Oh, so you've got kids.
We've got kids range. We've got kids range as well.
Oh,
and I can tell you about the kids because kids' eyes are a bit more can get more damaged a lot more easily than us. Yeah.
I thought they'd be like more robust or something.
No, total opposite.
Really?
Well, I mean, the thing is with kids' eyes. So our whites of our eyes, as we get older, they've got a bit of yellow pigment in them.
Yeah.
Essentially, that pigment is kind of what we've got embedded into our lens.
Yeah.
So kids' eyes, though, look at kids' eyes, they're white. So kids' eyes aren't really developed till they're 20, 25 years old.
Yeah.
So because they're white, they actually have no protection in there at all. So all of the damage can be made, and there's obviously this article that's just come out, so blue light can be damaging their eyes as a result of that. So
well, I did reference the article in the introduction, and also just on this book that everyone, apparently, I haven't actually listened to it yet.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like a game changer. It's called Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker.
Right.
And yeah, in it he basically let's actually read the blurb. And it'll be, I'll put it up on the screen. Okay. So sleep is one of the most important aspects of our life, health and longevity, and yet it is increasingly neglected in 21st century society with devastating consequences. Alzheimer's, cancer, obesity, diabetes all have very strong causal links to deficient sleep. And then he goes on to talk about the immune system and I think everything else, which is, it's such a needed book.
Yeah.
I feel it's just, everyone's trying to like talk about gut health or that pill that's going to fix us and all this stuff when we're like neglecting sleep.
Yeah,
it's one of the most fundamental things.
Because people just think you can just skip by without it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get by with a few hours sleep. I'll be fine.
I've got a friend who works in the health industry, and I hope she's watching. She sleeps like 5 hours a night, and it's just not enough. Not enough. But she's maintained that she can do it.
I mean, that's the thing is with kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
Teenagers think that they don't need as much sleep.
Yeah.
And they're sort of, we've got a teenager.
Yeah.
And so they think, oh yeah, I can just survive and go to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night and wake up at 6 and go to school. And you think, well, you're still developing.
Yeah.
And also the other thing, when you don't have enough sleep, whether you're a kid and an adult, you're not being able to actually concentrate at work.
Yeah.
Not being able to sort of put in the effort that you need to, because your mind's elsewhere. You're just not focused enough.
Yeah. I suppose sleep is probably not as deep as it used to be. It's it's just natural. I mean, I read some article that kids were like waking up in the middle of the night to like check their social media, like 3 or 4 times.
I bet.
I just think like a kid's crazy these days.
Or to play what's that latest game that everyone's playing?
I don't know. I know Warcraft just came out.
There's another one which is huge. I can't remember it now.
But
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, they're always wanting to see what's happening in social, who's texting them. So.
And I find it such an easy routine to slip into. Like I have to consciously in the mornings not allow myself to go on the phone because there's things I could check, emails or YouTube analytics, different things that I could be checking and pretend it's like it's work and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But the reality is I don't need to check it right then.
No. Here's a really cool thing I learned at this summit last week. One of the talkers over there, and this guy, and he's just done a massive study. One thing he said, people that check their phone, so everyone goes to sleep with their phone next to their bed, use it as a clock, it just happens to be there.
Flight mode,
people, yes. So people that check their phone first up in the morning, as soon as they wake up, are 30% less productive during the day.
No.
So he said,
huge.
So within the first hour.
Yeah.
So I've been back 3 days.
I can look this up.
I've been back 3 days, and I was guilty of it. I'd wake up in the morning, first thing, check sales from the night. Next thing, check socials. Next thing, check emails. All lying in bed. So bang, your head's already switched on.
And it's in responsive mode, not...
I haven't done that this week at all. I felt awesome all week, and I felt so clear and so organised. Just by it's a temptation that's there.
Yeah.
But I've gone not even. I didn't even use it to even look at the time or anything.
Yeah.
Basically, go and put that there. Go to the beach, do my thing, come back, and then when I'm going to my office and start doing work, that's when I've done it. And
game changer.
Yeah, it was a really cool thing, and it was because it's so easy just to slip into that. I'll just check this, I'll just check that while I'm lying here, while I'm waking up.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as a slow wake up. You're just like bang, you're straight into it.
This is a game changer.
It's really cool.
Some stats you sent me were pretty intense. I'll actually. On average, I think I had on average that people spend, or children spend around 32 hours per week on screens. But this might have been a little bit outdated, I feel like, because the one that you sent me had, let me have a look. Well, you had Australians are spending an average of 9.4 hours cumulative. I hate that word. Cumulative in front of a screen on a daily basis. Amongst office workers and Gen Y, this increases to 11.4 hours and 10.2 hours of total screen time, respectively. That's huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's because, and I think what they're doing, people aren't during the day. They're check, and people are in front of an office. Everyone's on a computer in an office.
Yeah.
So what, you're there for 8 hours a day at a minimum. Maybe you take, I don't know, 2 hours out for lunch and breaks. That's 6 hours at least.
Yeah.
And most people aren't just to work for 8 hours. They're there longer. So you kind of, when you add all that up, you kind of go, yeah, I see that. Yeah. Heavy. It's crazy, isn't it?
Especially kids. Like, I've got an app. I don't know if you know about the app Moment.
No.
So Moment is an app. I'm not affiliated with it at all.
Yeah.
But it's an app where it tracks your screen time.
Right,
and it tracks like which apps you give most attention to. But this week particularly, and I know this is contributing to like what's been going on, my numbers have been like up around 2 hours 45 on the phone only, and then spending probably 3 or 4 on this during the day.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky in that I get to go and surf and have meetings, coffee meetings all the time. But I just think if I don't consider myself someone who's on my phone that much, but I see that and I'm like, this is gnarly. Yeah.
It's, I mean, because I suppose that's the thing with these days, the devices are our personal tool.
Yeah.
Take it everywhere with you, and it's got everything on there. You can literally live your life on there.
Yeah.
So it's in your pocket. It's always with you. So it's kind of it adds up, and it's probably scary when you actually do see that though.
Gnarly.
It's crazy.
What's up, guys? This is Sunday Soliloquy, and today I'm talking about a post that I put up on Instagram last week. You're better off being 80% perfect for the rest of your life than 100% perfect for 12 weeks. That's on my Instagram at Kale's Broccoli. And this is something I'm really passionate about. You guys know all my Sunday Soliloquies recently have been focused largely on this sustainability aspect of health and wellness, looking at things from a long-term point of view. When I was doing the gut movie, I spoke with Professor Mimi Tang, and she said the long-term diet is what's most important when it comes to maintaining a healthy microbiome. Because your microbiome shifts so rapidly, there's almost no point to doing a short-term detox. And I say that with a little asterisk above it, because I think if people have some healing to do, for instance, if they need to heal their gut in order to enjoy a wide variety of foods, and some people do need to do that, then yes, restricting the diet for a short term can actually help with that. But long term, you need to actually look at a more varied and more sustainable approach. It's incredibly important. So yes, think about that as you're living your life, not just your diet, I guess, with your exercise as well. We get so obsessed with smashing ourselves, going at full pace, and then we conk out. Whereas I think if we, it's like this, the turtle wins the race, I think the patient human wins the race of longevity, at least. And if that's what you're here for, to live a long, healthy, happy life, then probably going at 80% speed is actually going to be better for you, especially if you're fat adapted. Guys, this was Sunday Soliloquy. If you want to enjoy these in written form, visual form, check out my Instagram at Kale's Broccoli. Back to the show. This is the thing, like, if people are picking up their phone that much, then it represents I think a deeper habitual issue than just just spending time on the phone. It's literally like it's a habit to just pick it up and check what's happening.
It is, yeah.
And it's
look, I think when you look at it that way as well, is the phones are very much, as I said, they're a part of our lives.
Yeah.
But it's social media on there now. Say every social is massive now, and we do heaps of stuff on Instagram. So the girl that runs our Instagram stuff and works for us, she's on it all the time, because you can't run an Instagram from your laptop.
Yeah, no.
It has to be on your phone. Mind you, that's got the same blue light coming out of it.
Yeah.
So, but that's why you're on your phone so much. And that's what people, I think, are doing. They're just, it's all social. everyone's checking what's happening social
So
wise.
what I do, and I worry about telling people this because I feel like it's the sign of an addict. But I actually, I don't have Facebook on my phone because I think Facebook's just garbage.
Yep.
But Instagram, I'll actually delete off my phone at least 2 or 3 times a week. Just delete it because it's so easy to have that. Oh, I'm bored. Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to go to the toilet in the morning. Instagram. Apparently, that's more of a guy thing. So what I do is actually delete it at least for a couple of days at a time, just to break the habit.
Yeah, that's a good
it's
idea.
funny, in the first 12 hours after re-downloading it, I find that I don't even want to check it.
Yeah.
Like the impulse is gone.
Yeah.
So it's really quick to sort of break it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It's like a digital detox in a sense, isn't it? Yeah.
Essentially.
And I think that's the key thing, isn't it? When it's not there,
Yeah. You don't.
you can't check it. So no, it's a cool thing.
I've heard
really
that the light coming out of to use blue light is more of an aesthetic choice than a functional choice for the devices. Have you heard that?
I haven't heard that. Look, blue light. The reason blue light is it's LEDs. So blue light is it's a bright light.
Yeah.
So everyone's using LEDs these days because they're energy efficient and they're more cost effective.
Yeah.
So they're cheaper to run and they're more cheaper to buy as well. So blue light is what's making it actually giving you the brightness on there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So without the blue light, it's not as bright. So let's use Apple Night Shift for example.
Yeah.
So what that's doing, it's actually warming the whole screen. So it's taking a bit of the blue light. It's actually but it's warming the whole screen there.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why the blue light, and that it's the strongest wavelength, and so that's why blue light's on all these LEDs.
You know how you can there's a thing on your phone where I think you can click the home button, at least the iPhone, 3 times and it goes black and white.
Never seen it? No.
Yeah. See, I did that for a while. And apparently it's been really good at reducing people's addiction, I guess, to their phones.
Yeah,
because we're stimulated by the colour so much.
Yep.
So I don't know if you have to go in, but you should look it up. Maybe I'll link it.
That
or something.
sounds really cool.
And you can, basically I just click my phone 3 times and it goes black and white.
Yeah.
But I haven't done it in 2 months. I just forget to do it because obviously
you're addicted.
Yeah, because I'm addicted. But I'll be looking at Instagram or something and I'm like, shit, it's black and white. I'll undo it. And then I forget to redo it again.
Yeah, right. No, they don't promote it either.
It's a good little hack.
Bizarre. It is a little hack.
Because they want you to spend more time.
Absolutely.
So, let's talk about kids. Keep talking about kids because I see my sister. I have a sister who's 13, coming on 14 or something, and she's pretty savvy with a device.
Yeah, as they all are.
Which, as it's expected, and it's probably helpful for them to be so.
Yep.
Especially in this age. But when does it sort of become too much? Anyway, this is what's sort of been happening, and people are certainly looking at it. We've got research from the Royal Children's Hospital has found children are spending excessive amounts of time in front of screens, and the ownership is up. Look, this is from last year, and I would say that even just a year in front would actually be quite significant.
Absolutely, it's probably increased more.
Yeah, so quite a lot.
When they are younger, it's quick, play this and have your iPad and
well, I cooked
and you can learn on it as well. I mean, it's a big babysitter.
Yeah.
It's,
there are benefits to technology, huge benefits to technology.
Look, so here's the thing: these devices are going to be around. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
My one of our kids goes to high school, or even when she was in year 5 at school.
Yeah.
They've had laptops.
Yeah.
So they're learning on them.
Yeah.
So it's going to become younger and younger. So it's actually a learning device. So they're not going to get away from them.
Yeah.
It's here to stay.
But I guess that's why it's good that what you guys are doing, I guess, is trying to limit that sort of, the negative side effects of it.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I suppose with kids as well, we're saying there's a lot of harmful effects from it, and we're saying give yourself a bit of protect your children's eyes, and it's also peace of mind for you, is because whilst there's all this research out there, and there's massive research, the research just come out saying that blue lights is damaging your eyes and causing blindness, which is obviously after years of cumulative exposure to it, they're saying. But it's it's peace of mind to actually say, okay, well, look, I'm doing the best I can to protect my kids' eyes. I'll give them a pair of glasses, so it's going to mitigate the effects of what the blue light's actually doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing. It's a necessity these days.
I would agree.
That it's not going anywhere, and that's part of what we're trying to do out there. Is the big thing since we've launched this business. It's only been a year or so ago.
It's only a year.
So yeah.
You guys are killing it.
But is educating people.
Yeah.
Because people don't know.
Yeah.
And so this has been great. This research that's come out, and I've obviously done massive research on this because Harvard have done things. There's done reports. So there's a lot of research in the past that have done it. But this has got out to every media outlet in the world. I reckon I was looking just the other day, it was at least 50 to 60 publications around the world.
Okay. On this particular study?
Just on this particular study. So it's quite big.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing. It's just getting this exposure out there and alerting the people of the fact that, blue light's not good for you. And getting sore eyes from being in front of a computer you don't have to suffer from that. There are ways around it.
Yeah.
There are alternatives. And apart from just having glasses, there's lots of there's the 20-20 rule. Take a break every 20 minutes for 20 seconds and look somewhere else 20 feet away.
Yeah, I've heard that's like eye yoga stuff.
Yeah. So because that's the other thing, if I sort of move a bit forward that they're saying kids are potentially going to have myopia a lot earlier because what they're doing, their sight, because they've all been brought up bang, so their eyes are just focused on that length now, so they're saying it's a really, really bad thing, not just the exposure to the blue light, but the fact that they're looking so close at these devices.
Yeah.
So
that's why I love surfing, hey. Like, it's just been this constant source of like health habit throughout the rest of, throughout my entire life. It's been like so helpful. And I was reading, I can't remember where I read it, but that whole eye yoga thing. Yeah. And how most people need glasses. I don't know how relevant or true this is now, but most people needed glasses because they didn't have the musculature needed to actually see around the eye, to actually see long distance anymore because they just weren't using it. Yeah, exactly that. I mean, that's what the myopia is. So you're just focused on just looking there. Yeah. And for your muscles to actually strain and look out that way. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not happening. So I'm looking forward to having these for a while and testing them out and stuff.
They look pretty smart on you.
Oh,
mate.
good.
They look very cool.
I feel intelligent. So I'm really excited to announce that our main sponsor of the show, Nice Life, the gut health store, has officially become a stockist of Baxter Blue light blocking glasses. Here's the little promo ad that you'll see on some shows into the future. And just a quick one. Anybody who purchases Baxter's from Nice Life after watching this episode will get free access to my Video Marketing Mastery online course. Just add a little note to your order saying video marketing help, please, and we'll sort you out. This is my workspace. Filled with all the latest and greatest technology, it really makes me appreciate living in the modern age and being able to work from home. These are my eyeballs though, and using them to stare at these screens all day could be damaging them and causing disruptions to my sleep patterns and posture. So I like to protect them from the harmful effects of the blue light found in this tech by wearing Baxter Blue light blocking glasses. It means I can continue to get my work done without compromising my health. Oh, and did I mention I feel at least 25% smarter wearing these? It's true. Get yours from nicelife.com.au and you can get free shipping on your first order with us simply by entering the discount code Broccoli Roast. Anyway, back to the show.
It's funny when we're talking about the kids and the getting them off devices and TVs. We had a day the other day and we try to do it relatively regularly and said no devices today.
Yeah.
And I got up in the morning, I'd come back from the beach and my two youngest kids were there blowing up balloons.
Nice.
I said, what are you doing? Mum said we're not allowed to be on, no devices, no TV, nothing like that. And so boredom is cool. Kids don't get bored these days.
So it's
because
a necessity,
they've got these devices. So they just have to, they're always stimulated. And that's the really bad thing about devices with kids. They're always stimulated.
Yeah.
Boredom is awesome. Because boredom breeds creativity, and they don't know how to be bored. Yeah. So what we're trying to do with ours is actually say, let's get bored. You're not doing anything. I don't care if you go and sit in the backyard and do nothing. Be bored. It's cool. Then you'll start thinking about these other things, like blowing up balloons and putting them into a box. Yeah. I kind of didn't understand it, but they were loving it. Yeah. So it's just.
Does it make you value your own childhood with those elements?
It does,
Totally
yeah, absolutely. I mean, here we are. We live on the beaches and so
Yeah.
forth. I would have loved to have lived on the beaches and be brought up, which I wasn't.
Yeah.
But here's our kids, and our kids are kind of outdoorsy, but I don't need to push them out sometimes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're sort of like, oh, when I want to stay and watch TV or whatever. No, get outside.
Yeah.
So
But that sort of leads into like flow state as well. I don't know if you're sort of familiar with flow state, but our capacity for boredom now is so low that people just they basically restrict themselves from getting into flow state, which is a state where the sort of prefrontal cortex shuts off. So that's that incessant nagging voice, that's our sense of self and all these different things, which I'm able to access predominantly through surfing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that sort of outlet, that creative, active, sort of perceived life or death moments to actually get into it, and people are limiting it now because they just cannot be bored.
Yeah, that's it.
It's scary.
It's just always stimulation. That comes back to that thing, everyone having to check their devices the whole time.
Yeah.
Because as soon as there's nothing to do, what do? I'll check Instagram. I'll check Facebook. Who's posted something?
Gnarly, isn't it?
No, it's crazy.
I should say, we when I connected with you, when we were going our little email thread, we worked out that I just moved into the new place.
Yeah.
And it's how many doors away from you?
Probably about 4, I reckon. It took me less than a minute to walk here, I think. That was awesome.
Funny. How random is that?
It is so random.
Yeah.
I think it was funny when we said, both on the northern beaches.
Yeah.
Next. Both in Newport.
Yeah.
Holy, we're in the same street.
Yeah. Oh, it's so nice.
Pretty much across the way from each other.
So where did you grow up, by the way, if you weren't?
In St Ives.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say not
super far
massively
away.
inland, but it wasn't
just
as,
closer.
Wasn't
to the
as
city.
close to the beach as this. So,
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, it's awesome. It's the best.
Yeah, I love the lifestyle here. Of just every day I go to the beach. Every day,
same.
no matter what. Even if it's flat or whatever, I'll go and swim or whatever. My beach is Whaley. I'm always at
is that
Whaley.
right?
Yeah.
You don't. So you drive.
I know, and it's weird, but I'm sort of addicted to that particular beach. We'll walk every afternoon. Emma gets home, and actually, this is really relevant to today's ep. We've committed to doing this thing that's sort of like a healthy thing for us to do as a couple as well. But when Emma gets home, I shut off everything. She's a teacher, so she'll come home around 4. So everything gets shut off. We'll sit with each other, or we'll walk to the beach for 45 minutes minimum.
Awesome.
And just chat, no devices, nothing.
That's a great idea.
I'll make a turmeric latte or something.
Yeah.
And we'll just, sort of do that.
That's really cool.
But that's the advantage, I think, of being so close to the beach.
It is.
It's just like,
it's unreal.
it's a dream.
It's something that I do every morning. Get up,
Do you
straight down
swim?
the beach. Yeah.
Winter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was down there this morning. It's friggin' cold at the
It's
moment.
cold, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's just something invigorating about it. I go and do a workout on the beach, and then dive in the water. I'm talking. I'm straight out again.
like a 10-second.
I'm not hanging in there. Not at this time of the year, but it's just something about it. You just
Yeah.
walk out and you just
It's
vibed for the day,
Yeah,
just
totally.
so ready to get. It's just like you come out with this massive amount of energy.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I
Something
actually
about it.
got my friends into it. I was staying while we were looking for the house in between locations. We were staying with friends in Newport, and I got them in. I'm like, the same thing. I was like, the best thing you could do in the start of your day is to go and get freezing, like get in the water.
Yep.
And coming from Adelaide, this water's not that cold.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Like in
Yeah,
winter,
we're
it's
higher
sort
up.
of nippy, but like the other day I forgot my wetsuit and I still surfed in board shorts for like 20 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
Everyone must have looked at you like you're crazy.
They did,
eh?
but you could not do that in Adelaide.
No, I
Like,
bet.
it's so cold. But where I was going with that was that sort of is like flow state, really.
Yeah.
Is that you jump in the water and you cannot think of anything else except, oh my gosh, it's so cold.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I haven't heard about it. So,
Well, I've definitely got more coming in that sort of space. Hopefully
Awesome.
From a film perspective.
Very cool.
I want to hear how you guys started, and I want to see you brought along like a little light spectrum thing that I want to also see. Hopefully we can get a good shot of it on the camera. And hear about your story in starting Baxter Blue.
Well, I suppose, look, firstly, how we started the business. I sort of touched on it, I think, a bit before. We sort of were getting the sore eyes. At the time I was doing research into looking at different businesses. I was on the computer heaps.
What were you doing before?
I had my creative services. I was creative services director at Warner Brothers.
No way. Okay,
So
cool.
so we had a team of
In Australia.
yeah.
Gold Coast?
No, here. No,
Oh,
so
here.
the home entertainment side.
Okay, yeah.
So videos, DVDs, and the video games.
Yeah, no way.
So basically, we had a team of probably about 15, 16 of us. So we did all of the TVCs, packaging, all the online stuff, and so forth.
Cool.
And then Warner Brothers closed down the Australian office.
Yeah.
So they went to another business to distribute it.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I was doing research into different businesses and so forth, and therefore spending a lot more time, because when I was running creative services, I wasn't a creative on the device and so forth, or on the screens. So I was sort of in charge of it, and it was my division. So I wasn't on the device the whole time, on the computer.
Yeah.
So when I was doing research for businesses, I was spending heaps more time. Mm-hmm. And heaps more time led to sore eyes,
of course.
headaches, the whole digital eye strain, not knowing it was digital eye strain.
Yeah.
And as I said, we went to the optometrist, and lo and behold, they said, we can $250. So therefore then did more research and went, okay, well let's look into this business and come up with some glasses. So I had spent also working at Warner Brothers. We did a lot of buying stuff offshore up in China. Mm-hmm. So a lot of box sets, a lot of stuff was actually developed up there. So and China is where literally 90 to 95% of the world's glasses, be it sunglasses, glasses, are all made up there.
Yeah, they see it on the arm of my and stuff.
They're all made there. The massive, the Luxotticas and so forth, they've all got their factories up there.
Yeah.
So it's all quality product. You've got to source the right business. But so I spent a lot of time up in China sourcing the right product for the frames, but also for the lenses. So we went in and developed the lenses. So as I mentioned to you, there's the lenses can be the yellow,
the full blocking,
and I said no, we want to have clear lenses. So we spent probably 6 to 8 months back and forth just trying to get it right. So just trying to get it so it was still clear. There's a slight tint to them, you can't really tell, but if you put it on white, but just trying to get the lens, but also filtering out the harmful blue light. So as I said, and it's I won't even go into it because comes down to the nanometers and so forth, but it's just filtering out that certain portion of it. So we sort of came to what we agreed upon was, okay, well this is great, they're clear, they're blocking out 51% of the harmful blue light right within this range, and then next was developing the range. So then we sort of thought, okay, well glasses are kind of cool these days, and the old school blue blockers maybe the frames were a bit different, but I thought, okay, I want to really focus on the fashionable side. I basically want to have fashion and function for the glasses. So did a lot of research out there, and we designed our own range of glasses. So they're sort of a unisex style. We've got 20 different styles.
What am I wearing right now?
You're wearing Clark.
This is Clark.
So sort of taken from looks a bit Clark Kent. So there you go, mate.
I'll take that.
So we and it was kind of fun. So is kind of coming up with all these different designs.
Did you because you're obviously creative? Did you sort of design the actual aesthetic of the glasses?
Yeah. So we sort of go, okay, a sketch, and roughly this is what we want. We send it off to the factory. They come back with let's call it the tech drawings.
Okay.
And from there you sort of fine tune it, and then do renders and so forth, and then get your prototype. So the whole thing's a really long process because glasses are all handmade. So so we eventually came on the design and got 20 different styles. And so the styles are kind of anything from sort of fairly contemporary to something that's a bit cooler and sort of out there. Some really hipster ones.
Wasn't bold enough.
And you got to pull those off. So we spent a fair bit of time just so it would appeal to a broad range of people. Because we're not an Oscar Wilde or someone like that can sort of have 200 different styles. So we had to narrow ours right down, but also have a fairly good range, or something that's just fairly standard, like what I'm wearing now, that anyone can kind of wear. So
I noticed that when I take them off, I swear you actually see more blue. I don't know if it's because you're wearing a blue top or something. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But you do notice the tint when you take them off and put them back on again.
It's because it's doing what it's doing.
It's doing what it's meant to do.
So we that's how we sort of came. And then the fun bit was then coming up with a name. So
how did you arrive at Baxter Blue?
We literally just back and forth with names. It took us, I reckon, a good 3 months. So I kind of took a leaf out of Oscar Wiley's book out of Warby Parker, who are a massive glasses disruptor. They were the first massive disruptor in the, and they're amazing what they've done. But the Bailey Nelsons and so forth. So I thought, okay, well, we've got this really cool range of glasses. We need to come up with something kind of cool. So so Baxter Blue was Baxter. There's literally nothing, and the blue is kind of its alliteration, I suppose, in a sense as well. But the blue lends itself to blue light blocking glasses. So Baxter Blue was born.
Well, show us how the thing works, because this was really interesting before.
So here,
and you'll be able to see on that one.
See it on. We can do it on here. So essentially, this is a visible light spectrum. And I'll hold it up a bit more. And then here is the blue light that's coming out of our screens. Here is our eyeball, and there is our retina. So if I go and put here, these are just a normal pair of reading
It's obviously
glasses.
very normal for the eye to pick up light, send it back as information for the retina.
Correct. That's right. So what you can see here, and let me see if I can see. So I'm putting these glasses in front here, and can you maybe, Kale, sort of point to where on here where you can sort of see.
This is where the retina is, and that's receiving light.
It's still the blue light still going through.
So
back to the retina.
If
I take my Baxters off.
That's good. That's solid.
So what it's doing, it's filtering out just that harmful blue light there. So it's not going back to your retina. So this all comes back to that article where they're talking retinal damage and so forth.
And we spoke about in the article that basically the blue light is coming in and stimulating the retina to produce toxic chemicals.
Correct.
Which is
damaging the retina.
Which is damaging the retina.
Essentially, and killing the retina. So look, I think it's quite alarming that article. And I think he even said you would have to be looking at screens, and for it to do damage, I'm not sure. Well, it hasn't happened. No one's been around screens long enough.
Because they're still kind of new, I guess.
Well, the iPhone was only 10 years old last year, wasn't it? So
it's a big experiment.
So look, I don't like. I kind of use this comparison of. Particularly with kids, but with the blue light and the devices of smoking. So back in the 60s, right?
You guys used to think like
everyone smoking was cool. Bang, 40 years later, people are dying of, or less than that, of lung cancer. Because they didn't know the damage was happening. So I'm kind of saying to people, apart from educating people and telling them about what the blue light does, is it's literally get yourself not to Baxters or whatever, blue blocking glasses, just to give you a bit of an insurance policy against damage being done further down the track.
I love it.
So it's kind of a simple thing. It's cost effective. You look cool.
You do. I hope so. I haven't looked in the mirror yet, but we'll see if I look how Clark Kentish I look. And whilst recording this interview, another article on this particular study was released by online news website The Verge with the ground-shattering title, "Be Careful What You Believe About Screens Making You Blind." Basically, the article pointed out that this study was conducted in a sort of unnatural way, I guess, in that actual eyeballs were not part of the experiment. Sorry for not removing eyeballs, guys. And the blog post said, some research suggests blue light may damage rat retinas, but that doesn't mean that the blue light from screens does the same thing to people. But this is the exact same method that science has used for dozens of years. First, you test out theories on rats and mice in controlled environments, i.e. like cells in a petri dish, and then you advance up to a human study. This is just the way it goes. Do you know how many revelations about gut health, for example, came from studying the effects of probiotics or FMTs on mice in a lab? Mice are used specifically because the science tends to translate very commonly from them to humans. It's basically the same article that you could write for hundreds of different scientific studies which have gone on to incite breakthroughs in how we treat or prevent disease. I think essentially this is just news for news' sake and doesn't provide any real value to everyday people. I mean, if you actually think that sitting down and staring at an electric screen every day, all day, is somehow not going to damage your health, especially your eyes, then you're not using your brain. Help! Help! Well, I want to thank you for coming onto the show.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me. It's been great.
No worries.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Glasses. Where can people find out more about you guys? We're going to start stocking, I hope.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to talk about it. We'll talk about that after.
Where can people find you anyway?
Look, we're online at baxterblue.com.au.
Cool.
So
and on socials, I'll put them all on the socials now as well.
And we've got this really cool thing on our website. I'm not sure if you've seen it. We've got a virtual try-on app.
Oh, cool.
So you can actually upload a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
Or put the different styles of glasses on and see how cool they look. Because it's one of those things where it's interesting. It's pretty massive on social. You may have seen on Instagram where it's being tagged by heaps of people, and we get someone may say, "Oh, can I get those? Rachel Finch was just wearing so and so. I want to get what she's got. What's she wearing? Can I get them?" And then they maybe don't look as good on me, or the style, because I'm wearing rectangular ones because round ones don't look good on me. So it's all different shaped faces suit different shaped glasses. Yeah. But it's kind of cool that so you can put them on, check yourself out, see how cool you look, and so it's really cool.
It's funny how when I threw some ideas out to our Facebook group, Gut Nourishers, which you can join for free by the way, asking people for questions surrounding health and electronics, nobody wrote a thing. Now maybe it's just Facebook hiding my posts, or is there something bigger going on? Are we as human beings in the modern age extremely reluctant to give up our screens? Do we refuse to put the phone down for a while and to actually embody the human experience by going outside and being in a technology-free zone for a significant portion of the day? This is one of my biggest concerns moving forward as a member of the human race. The fact that we've completely lost touch with nature and our innate biology and are constantly looking for technological stimuli. Now, as Aaron mentioned in the interview, there is gold to be found in being bored. Some of my biggest ideas, some of my biggest aha moments came from being bored. That lightning strike moment that happens when you open up to the natural energy around us, if you will, the information which is so plentiful but so often ignored, it's one of the most exciting moments we can experience as creators, as people. We need to do more of that. We need to spend more time in flow, outdoors and away from screens. And yes, I know this is weird coming from a Gen Y whose whole business and life depends on said screens. But this is reality, folks. I don't think we can upgrade our biology to a point where living naturally in cohesion with nature and outdoor light and fresh air and freedom from technology can be ignored. I just don't think we're there yet. If you do need the screens though, there's always Baxter Blue. The company is doing some incredible work. For every pair of glasses that they sell, they actually donate a pair of reading glasses to a person in need, and they do this through the non-profit organisation Restoring Vision. Now to get some Baxters, head to nicelife.com.au and you can get $10 off or free shipping on your first order with the discount code Broccoli Roast. Remember guys, we want to hear from you. We want your questions, and all we ask is that you send them to us in video form via our Facebook page Messenger. That's facebook.com/Kale's Broccoli. If you want to support the show, please share it with your friends in the best way that you know how. You can talk to them, you can share it on social media. All you have to do is visit kalebrock.com.au/The Broccoli Roast to help support the show. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and most importantly, let me know in the comments below what else you want to see on the show. Who else should I interview in person here in the studio? I'll see you guys very soon.